So, this video I've been anxious about. This is 10 things that I learned this year or just increased in this year. And like my first two are self care and love. When I say I have been working on myself and healing myself and putting more effort into myself, this is what I mean. I feel like I could have did better this year. I was doing way better when I was completely standing 10 toes down and obedient to what God was telling me and what I wanted to see. But it was ups and downs. So my third is obedience, and coming into what I was just saying, um I really learned to be obedient to God and do what God was telling me to do. In my obedience, I found so much love and so much care, forgiveness, mercy that God has showed. Okay, let's talk about warfare. Now, look, when I say this year has been some warfare, this has been some warfare. And honestly, I wouldn't change it because if I'm getting warfare, I just know that I am doing something right and the devil is going crazy and mad that I am actually listening and being obedient to God. And me going through the warfare and just how people was acting and doing just pushed me into my next one, which is dedication. My dedication to what God was calling me to do and pushing me into where I wanted to be and what I wanted to see out of life. And it just pushed me into dedication really, really bad. And not only just being able to tap into my creative side, but to be able to tap into anything that, God was putting his stamp of approval on. So I am so thankful that God had completely just did a 360 in this year in my life and opened my eyes to a lot of things. But my dedication had increased so heavily this year, and I'm so thankful that it did. And I'm gonna continue with my dedication even through the warfare, even though the warfare tries to stop me. My next one is forgiveness and respect. I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive what was done in the past. I had to forgive people who may have not needed it, but at the same time, it just brings you into a different space, a different headspace, a different mindset when you forgive those people and when you respect yourself, when you respect your body, when you respect your temple, when you completely realize what God is trying to tell you and he makes it so abundantly clear. Like when you do those things, it just changes your perspective on everything. And it shows with how you put yourself out there and how you are looked at in on the outer parts of yourself and stuff like that. So I really, really love that, I learned to respect myself because respecting myself just made me understand and know, like, okay, well, if you're not respecting me, if you're not giving me this, if you're not giving me that, like, I have to sit myself down and be by myself. And I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with not having anyone connected to me if they're not respecting me or if they're not completely like have this surrender to God. And it's hard to, connect to people and find people who you can connect to. But, I'm thankful for forgiveness and I'm thankful for just learning to respect myself and forgive myself and forgive others because even in that, God blesses you. God blesses you completely, and it you will see the change and you will respect that God has done the change within yourself and stuff like that. So yeah, like it's a whole lot of things that, I'm just so thankful for. And, I'm just grateful that God showed so much mercy to me that I can forgive and respect myself so so much better this year. And that's what I learned. My last three are internal peace, finding God, and staying grounded. When I say these three are go hand in hand, because without God, I would not have that internal peace. I had to develop that a long time ago. It took me years to develop that peace to where even in chaos, I am still okay. I am still okay with where God has me and where God is taking me and what He is trying to do. And that goes with the staying grounded. And it just is so important to just stay within what you believe in and what you are looking for in life. Even if it's not coming the way you think it's coming, or it's not, you know, being, you feel like it's not appearing the way it should appear, but God is still there. God is still in the midst, and He lets it be known that He's in the midst. And it's easier to stay grounded that way. And to have that internal peace is another thing, because there could have been a lot said, a lot done, but you keeping that peace and you biting your tongue for God. It's not biting your tongue just to let someone push over you or do this or do that, even though like, God, okay, this is not right. But staying grounded and just loving yourself and just having that inner peace is so important. But I thank y'all for listening, and I'll see y'all in 2026. Love y'all.